So I just got done taking some of the athletes I work with through a speed session this morning, and we had a young coach there that asked a phenomenal question. And he said, what do you think of all these footwork specialists and gurus that are out there right now? What role do you think footwork really plays in speed development? Now, this is tricky, and you're going to hear me rant a bit, but I am very sensitive to bullshit, especially when it comes to training athletes or people that depend on just physical competency and athleticism, and most importantly, the sustainability of their health, for their livelihood. When you guys look at all the things that exist out there on the internet, I mean, it's absurd. We still see people using oxygen masks, thinking that makes them get the same benefits that they would if they were training at elevation, even though the science has proven that wrong. We have people that wear pants that have bungee cords in them because some guy that was a former athlete swears that this made him faster. And we have so many other things that trick people on a daily basis into thinking that there's just a quick way to get results, that we've really got to start from the foundations. Here's the thing that helps athletes get faster: being able to put force into the ground. And not only do that, but being able to do so with rapidity, being able to do so with efficiency, and being able to do so with great angles of projection. When you look at any kind of movement, you have to look at postures, you have to look at patterns, and you have to look at power output. So it's funny, and if you don't know what I'm talking about with these speed people out there, it's people that literally will set up these obstacle courses. They almost look like dog obstacle courses. And there's usually some music in the background that gets people hyped, and they're just trying to tap dance and move their feet in as many ways as possible. It literally looks like tap dancing. And what they say is, fast feet, that helps people move more quickly here and here. Here's the issue. I have yet to find an action in sport. I have yet to find a sport in general where people have this amount of time, 3, 4, 5 seconds, to sit there and tap dance their feet on the ground before they get north, south, or any other direction they got to get. So when you're thinking about speed training, when you're thinking about acceleration training, when you're thinking about the harmonious synchrony between the two, you have got to start with the fundamentals. One, we've got to be able to put force into the ground. And that's not done through tap dancing. That's not done through fancy drills. That's done through good old-fashioned strength development in the weight room. It's done through plyometric protocols, whether long response or short response, to make sure our neuromuscular system is firing. It's done through technical training, again, posture. The number one thing that most people forget about speed training or acceleration training, because there are some distinct differences, is posture matters more than just about anything else. It doesn't matter at the end of the day if you are supremely athletic or you are really strong. If you can't get your posture right, then you're going to have even more trouble. But if you don't have good angles, good posture, the ability to produce force, and the ability to do so efficiently, you're going to have a hard time. So no matter what looks cool out there, no matter what may kind of grab your attention, always think the bigger picture. Does this hold up? What would the science say about this? And lastly, this, guys, you have to think about it. A race car driver doesn't work on the engine while they're driving. Meaning, when we've got to work on our car, or when a NASCAR driver has to work on that car, that car is taken off the track, and we are tuning up all the qualities of that engine to make sure it runs efficiently and smoothly. Just going outside and doing a bunch of drills that look really complex are not going to build that engine, especially if you try to make those things look exactly like the sport you're doing. That's chasing specificity. What we're talking about with the engine here is our hardware and software. Hardware being, what are you doing to make the muscles stronger? What are you doing to make the tendons more resilient? What are you doing to enhance all these qualities? The software piece, much like upgrading your phone or doing an update on your computer, that's our neuromuscular system. Now, can some of this footwork stuff touch on neuromuscular qualities? Sure, but only to a point. And it's not going to do so with the same biomechanical efficiency that you're going to get out of more technical drills that are focused, again, on proper posture and proper patterns. Really, the key is all this stuff's more simple than you think, as most good training is. If you can get athletes to focus on their technique, if you can get athletes to focus on a strong and stable and consistent strength training program, and you can teach plyometric progressions well, and you can really identify deficiencies in motor skills, you're going to go so much farther in terms of being able to improve their speed than try to come up with fancy shit off the top of your head just to get likes, clicks, and everything else. Coaching is deeper than that. It's not about the attention you get through something. It's about the results you help your athletes achieve through the long term through proper training. If you guys want more on this, you want to dive deeper into this conversation, go to artofcoaching.com. Make sure you guys subscribe and feel free to comment and join in the discussion below.